8.
Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. We've got another short track series race for you here. We are in the Super Late Model Fixed series here at South Boston for the last race of week 12 for the series. And we are going to go out here to get our butts kicked. Probably about 3 to 4 tenths off. I'm going to go try to turn qualifying time in just to have something in there. And then after that I'm going to stay out and just continue to run laps as practice because I need all the practice I can get. Just could not figure out how to drive this car aggressively through the corners and find the speed. I just either get on the throttle too early like I did there, or I get too much wheel into the car and then it snaps around because I haven't really let the car rotate. So it's going to be a big stroke. I probably should not be running this race without even more practice, but wanted to try to do what I could. So going to see what I can get out of it and try to just make the most of it. I'm hoping maybe it's one of those where if I can avoid wrecks, there'll be enough guys that'll get caught up in stuff and get damaged with it being South Boston that we can try to pick up some spots that way and at least come close to a top half finish. Honestly, the only goal really is just going to be try to finish on the lead lap. And if that takes, it being a caution-filled race and we avoid them, then that's what it takes. Just don't really have very many expectations. We are the 15 car out of 17, so iRacing doesn't expect much out of me, and iRacing made that prediction before it even knew how slow I was. If it was based on speed, we'd definitely be car number 17, and we probably wouldn't have even made the split. So just trying to see if I can learn anything in these last few minutes about how to attack the thing through the corners a little bit more. I feel like one time I enter in too low, the next time I enter in too high and don't get it down the right way. Just trying to find a hard time to get the right entry into the corner that gets me off it faster. I feel like I need to kind of wait just a little longer, kind of late apex it and point it off the corner. It also allows me to get on the throttle, but then you can see when I do something like that, I end up on the throttle a little too early and have to wait on it, and that costs me more time. So, yeah, we are nowhere near where we need to be at all. Even just for a top half, it's going to be a very big struggle. Just going to try to hope that we can have enough pace to outrun some people and try to keep the car clean, and that'll be the only way that we can pick up spots. For the most part, I feel at least a little more comfortable with not picking up the throttle too early and losing it off of the corner. But again, if I'm getting pressured from behind or trying to keep up with somebody that could easily go away, then I could make a mistake and lose it off of the corner. The corner entries are where I'm getting crushed. I just have not been able to figure out the right line to take and the right amount of braking. I'm sure I'm giving up some time running 14-to-1 in the steering ratio, but for me, with how bad I am with the car, it makes it a little bit easier to not oversteer and snap the car really quickly with little input. So I got, I think, either +6 or +8 on the steering offset. Probably could come away with that a little bit, and brake bias all the way back at 46%. So let's yeah, +8. Let's just take it down to +2 and see what happens. Out of people that turned reasonable time, we are 3rd slowest. The 1, I think, just put a lap out there. The 2 is going to be quick. Obviously, the 3 probably struggled. Let's see what he did. Yeah, the 3 kind of struggled. So I'm guessing he's probably going to have more pace than us. We're going to be pretty slow. We were about that 3/10 off, like I expected. 70 laps here easily could be caution filled, easily could be a big eye pacing event. It's very easy with how narrow it is, that when a wreck happens, if it takes multiple cars and you can't get stopped in time, you can get involved in it. Even if you do get stopped, somebody else could run in the back of you. So we're just going to try to do what we can and hopefully keep it cleaner than cars around us and move up. Going to pull up session best lap. It's just going to be a struggle. P12, starting on the outside is going to make it even tougher. And we've got quite a few, I mean, everybody behind us is pretty much faster, but you got quite a few cars that are going to be faster behind us that are going to be looking to go. The 3, the 1, the 2, they'll all be looking to go. So my guess is, a top 10 is going to be a really good finish if we can get anywhere near 8th, I'll be thrilled to death with that. Again, the only goal really is I don't know if we're going to be able to get out of this with a 0x. I'm going to try my hardest to. Just staying on the lead lap, honestly, is really going to be the only goal. Because if we're probably going to be starting a second to a second and a half back of the leader, and we're going to be giving up 3/10 a lap, you know, you're talking a lap right there already, lap and a half that we're going to be giving up. So we're going to have to hope for quite a few cautions to try to keep us in line and prevent us from losing that lap. And honestly, just somehow try to get through it. I mean, there's a few cars behind us, so if we fall back, you know, it's gonna hurt us. But at the same time, I'm not gonna be completely upset if on the start, you know, everybody goes by on the inside. It might not be a bad idea just to try to do it and then get into a rhythm. It'll be interesting for sure. Like I said, we've got some quick cars behind us. 3, the 1, the 2 doesn't look like he's in. Yeah, so with the 2 not being in, that'll help out a little bit. But the 3 and the 1 should easily be blowing by us, and will probably be very, very aggressive. I mean, any of them really. The 9 could be, because the 17's in front of us, and I believe the 16, yeah, is also in front of us. And 16 is in 9th. 17 is in 8th, so the only 2 cars that in theory should be slower than us are actually right in front of us. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting for sure. So, gonna get ready to go green here shortly. Pace cars going into 3. We're just going to try our best not to get run over and try to make it through however many laps we get off the start before the first caution happens. Just going to have to try to use whatever vision I have, keep my eyes open for wrecks, and try to do the best that I can. No reason to try to jump down in front of the 3. He's going to be way quicker than us, so it's going to hold the outside line right now until he gets by. I'm guessing you're going to have the 1 also looking to get by. There's your first wreck. Somehow we're able to avoid that. Shock to caution flag's not out, but that's what it's going to take to be able to move up, is just avoiding problems like that. Looks like the 1 might have gotten involved in that, or at least had to stop and avoid some of it. So, oh, car behind us loses it. Did not see the car number, but that gives us a little bit more of a gap. 1 did make it through. He's a little back. We just tapped the wall on the back stretch, so gotta try to avoid that if we can. Don't think it's going to be, for me, about running the absolute fastest laps. I think it's just going to be running clean and trying to keep the car going straight and avoiding all the other problems that are going to happen. Especially with, you know, I mean, you can sustain some damage and be okay with, but no fast repairs. You know, if you mess anything up in the front suspension, steering-wise, you're going to be in trouble for the rest of the race, and it's going to be a long race.
10th position. The gap in front is now.
I would honestly be okay with finishing 10th right now. I know that's only 2 spots up from where we were, but in the grand scheme of things, that's a really good finish for me, given how much I know the pace is. Again, we're definitely going to need a caution to try to help us with the goal of staying on the lead lap. I just don't think we're going to have the pace to do it if this race goes green all the way, but pulling away from the guys behind, so at least not having too much problems there. 3's trying to work his way back up, 1's trying to work their way up, and I think they got some damage because the cap's kind of been holding steady. 3's catching us. I don't think they're that slow. Just trying to let the car roll through the corners as best as I can. Trying to make sure I brake in time, probably entering the corner a little bit too low, and hurting the right front. That way we got our first caution, so.
We think Porter has stacked it.
Didn't see what happened. I'm guessing it's a car behind. Looks like it could have been the 1, possibly.
Pits are closed.
Looks like it would have been the 1 there involved. And that's at least going to help us close back up to the leader. Probably need a few more of these to keep us on the lead lap, but as you can see, we were 6 seconds back, so almost half a lap back already. But yeah, it's We're going to do the best we can. Hopefully this will allow us to close back up. We will be restarting the outside unless anybody in front goes in the pit road at all, which I highly doubt. So it'll be very similar to the initial restart. 3 was kind of catching us, but not really. Not like a drastic amount. So I don't know if he's got damage or if he's just kind of riding. You know, again, if I drop some spots, no big deal. I'm going to stay on the outside until I feel like I can comfortably get ahead of somebody that's not going to really force the issue hard to get by us in our big hurry. And, you know, I don't want to be taken out at all. So, you know, if we have to let the 3 and the 16 or whatever go by, that's fine too. More worried about just trying to keep the car going, especially in the early stages when there could still be a lot of wrecks later on. Just worried about trying to keep it going in the right direction and avoiding getting spun or doing anything that could cause damage to the car and really run the risk of ruining a lead lap finish. So, gonna get the one to go this time. We'll be lining up on the outside. We are going to be restarting on 14, so we'll be just under 20% of the way there. Still got a long way to go, but at least able to click off some laps. And we're really lucky to avoid that wreck right off the start, so going to try to do the best we can to avoid that again and see what we can do. Looks like it's going to be a bit of a late start by the leader.
Green, let's go.
We're off and rolling. 3 is going to be looking to our inside. 17 is going to clear us as well. Trying not to pinch the 3, trying to just hold the outside. We're getting pushed already from behind. We've got 3 wide, they're just getting turned, and the whole front end gets crushed. I don't really know what I was supposed to do there. I got guys pushing it 3 wide, and I'm trying to stay as high as I can. Not really sure what I'm supposed to do. Front end's definitely messed up. I got the car tweaked badly to the right there. I get guys are impatient, but they're, you know, that's just stupid in my opinion. We're gonna come in and try to repair whatever damage that we can as quickly as we can. Got 3.5, almost 4 minutes of optional, so yeah, we're just gonna try to get a couple seconds. Try to get out in front of the leaders. It's super frustrating. That guy's just got it. It's a short track, whatever, but like I'm staying as high as I can, trying to get away from everybody, and that kind of stuff happens. Super frustrating. So I'm gonna try to make the most of it. It's gonna kill our pace even more than it already was, but just gonna do what we can. Unfortunately, we got a 4x out of that. Once we got 3 wide and we're trying to save it, there really wasn't too much we could do. So I understand I'm way off the pace. I understand guys were trying to get by me, but you know, again, super frustrating overall to have them be that aggressive and not have any kind of patience right off the start.
We're going green next
Be restarting on the outside. We are last car running. I believe everybody else behind us has 9 is not disconnected. 2 was the one that still didn't show up. So everybody's in front of us. Everybody should finish in front of us. Our car's badly beat up. Doubt we're going to be able to go anywhere with it, but we're going to see what we can do and just try to avoid any wrecks that happen. Starting in 3rd gear because I'm in the back. It doesn't really matter. It'd be a little bit easier. Just going to watch out for any kind of wrecks that happen in front. And just trying to manage the car as best as we can through the rest of the race, since laps are so quick, even under caution, you can't really get many repairs done. Just got to try to click off as many clean laps as I can to offset that incident point and see if any more contact happens that we can avoid. Otherwise, it's looking like a 16th place finish, and we'll probably be at least a lap, if not 2 laps down. There's one wreck. We got cars everywhere. We're able to avoid that on the inside. Doesn't look like that's going to damage too many cars, but should at least help us pick up a couple spots. We're going to try to get caught up next time by and then get in pit road, try to repair what we can. No sense in trying to keep these positions when everybody else behind us is going to be faster. Not sure why we're lagging so bad trying to catch up to the pace car. It's super frustrating when I'm trying to get to pit road and get damage repaired. I'm going to try to get as close to the pace car as I can in order to minimize. Accidentally bumped the 9 there, did not mean to. It's completely my fault. Another 4X for no reason. That's just a boneheaded move on my part. We're going to pull into
Watch your speed.
pit road. Feel bad for bumping into the 9. We'll apologize afterwards about that. Just going to try to get whatever repairs done that we can. Pace car's coming out. At least able to get 16 seconds of the just under 4 minutes done. So we're gonna need a bunch of cautions in order to get this car even close to the repair. As you can see, I hit the gas and it just took off into the wall. So it's gonna be a rough race for sure. At least able to outlast one car that went a lap down because of the damage. So let's see if we can do the same thing, outlast any more wrecks, and try to pick up a couple more spots. Just staying back because I'm not going to be able to contend with anybody yet, so no reason to be all on top of it, especially if there's going to be another wreck happening. And we're not even 40% of the way there yet, so long way to go. Which, more or less for us, we're just hoping that more cars wreck. It's the only way we're going to be able to move up. Kind of just riding behind the 9 right now, no real reason to push it. Potentially could be some more action up here. You had the 6 up high, 12s up high. These people are really trying to push it. Almost got to the inside of the 9, decided to back out rather than try to force it. No real reason there again. We're just going to be that slow. I'm waiting for contact. The 11 looks like they're getting a bit impatient. They kind of shoved the 10 out. We get into the 9. Didn't mean to. He kind of checked up. That was our fault, but not much I could do there when, you know, we were running close and everybody just checks up. So gotta watch. Can't take really too many more incident points, otherwise we're going to be black flagged. So just gotta try to keep the cars clean as I can now. Try to stay off of everybody. See what we can do. Definitely going to take an impact to the safety rating, no matter how clean we run the rest of the race. Thankfully, we had enough to avoid it. Got some problems there with the 4. There's going to be a caution. Somehow we get into the 14. Did not mean to there. It's going to allow the 9 to be back up to us. I'm sure he's not going to be happy with us.
It looks like Murphy has binned it. Pace car is out. Pits are closed.
Yeah, a lot of wrecks are going to happen. And unfortunately, I mean, again, it'll be boring for you guys, but we're going to need a lot of wrecks in order to make the race possible finish-wise. The 9 looking to our inside, I'm sure he's not happy with us. Everybody's checking up on the front stretch for some reason. Not sure what the 10's doing here. This is stalling everybody and killing everything. I don't really know what's going on here. This is going to kill us for trying to get to pit road. We may or may not be able to get there now in time with wherever the pace car's at. Super frustrating when guys do stuff like this. Just gonna go in now and hope that we can try to get everything repaired.
What's your speed limit in the pits?
Or again, try to get as much repaired as possible. Got it down to 3 minutes, so gonna try to get as much of that repaired as we can. Get the car fired back up, get ready to pull out shortly. Seems like we can only get about 15-16 seconds done at a time. Got 18 seconds that time. We're going to need quite a few more cautions in order to get the rest of this repaired, but more we can get repaired if we keep getting cautions and try to keep it off of everybody the better we can. I don't know why I'm being an idiot hitting the wall like that. It's not good at all, but gonna have a similar look catching up to the back of the field for one to go.
Halfway home. Fuel looks good.
Crew chief calls out halfway. We'll be restarting on lap 37, so just over halfway.
Green flag, we're racing.
Back in 15th again, but the hope is that eventually some guys will get into wreck. That'll hurt them. But for right now, because the car's beat up so bad, I feel like I have to keep coming and taking the repairs. It's better to get the car to be somewhat drivable again, and then try to move up last part of the race, then try to just hold on to the spots and get run over because we're that far off the pace. The 9's pulling away from us now, so we literally don't have the pace to hang with anybody. We didn't have the pace to begin with, but now when the car's this beat up, we really don't have the pace. Gotta watch out because guys are just getting impatient, shoving everybody everywhere. We're gonna get into the wall. I did not keep it off the wall well enough. Thankfully, no incident points. Gonna close up to the 9. Seems to be a little bit slower after a couple laps in. Try to look to the outside. Just kind of running back here, keeping it rolling in the right direction, trying to stay off of everybody so that we don't get any more incident points. Even if I'm not concerned about the safety rating, gotta keep it from getting to that 17 mark for a black flag. Looks like 17's having a bit of issues, kind of cuts down, or excuse me, 12 was kind of cut down in front of the 9. They made contact. There's still some more contact there. There's going to be a wreck. Try to get to the inside of that on the front stretch to avoid it and slow down a little bit coming into the corner. More or less did that just to avoid any contact rather than trying to get by the 9. Don't think the 9's going to be too happy with the 12. Not sure if he'll make contact there, but could still be some. And there it is. He sends the 12 around, and somehow we get clipped by the 12. I thought I had him on the inside, and he came down. So now we really have no instant points left to give. This race has just gone from bad to worse. I don't know what I could have done differently there. I don't think I really started coming up, and I thought I was inside of him. So I don't know. I'm sure the 12's angry, but doesn't mean you got to come down and drill me like that either. We're going to come in again, do the same thing, get some repairs, especially because we've got
What's your speed limit in the pits?
all the damage. Watch again for the pace car, try to get out as soon as we can. Looks like 9's got some damage that they want to get fixed. Gonna try to do the best that we can to get out in front of the pace car. Hopefully it won't be one to go and we can try to get in for a second time, see if we can repair a little bit more of this caution. Two to go. Yeah, we're just going to stay out. Thought about it, but it doesn't make sense to get any more repaired when they're so close. We're going to get one to go this time by. And we literally cannot make contact with anybody or anything going forward. So if somebody else gets us, that's going to suck. It was completely avoidable by not hitting the 9 under caution, that previous caution, but I don't know what I was supposed to do differently with the 12. I tried to just go by inside. Probably should just accept 15th and lay back half a lap and try to avoid everybody, but I'm guarantee you, even if I was off the pace and moving high for everybody, there was still going to be a way that somebody's going to run into us. Just seems like it's that kind of race, so just going to try to keep it as clean as we can, just get through the rest of the race with the 16X and hopefully not get the black flag. That's our only goal at this point, is just to not get the black flag.
Be careful.
Got a wreck up there already. Able to get by. They can't even get out of turn 2 without wrecking, so this is turning into a worse race than the street stock race, which I found that very hard to believe. So hopefully catch up to the pace car relatively soon and try to get by. Looks like a couple cars went into pit toad. She'll look at everything repaired under caution and get back out, be ahead of us, but it's possible they could have a little more damage than us maybe. We're just going to try to get in and get everything repaired. So again, you're gonna try to take all the repairs that we can. Did not see how that rack involved, just saw the 16 go in. Not going to get a ton of repairs this one, but maybe if we can get out ahead of time, we can get a little bit more. Got it down under 3 minutes at least. Try to stay ahead of the pace car. Two to go. We're going to try to get away from them.
Pits are open.
Got a couple more cars that are in, so that's at least 2 spots that we'll pick up there without any other problems. We're just going to stay out and start the race here, back here behind the 4. Oh, to get anywhere where we want, we need at least 3 more cars involved in wrecks that we can somehow avoid in the last 18 laps, excuse me. But at least with cars being multiple laps down, we should at least be able to hopefully try to keep ourselves in 13th. One car's moved all the way up to 5th, and the 3's all the way up to 4, so good rebound for them. Gonna get ready for the restart, just gonna kind of lay back. 9 looks like they might be on in the pit road. That's what he's doing, so we'll get a spot there that'll put us in the 12th. It's probably gonna be all we're gonna do, barring any kind of wrecks. Should put the 9 a lap down at least. And we're just going to try to stay out here and run as clean as we can. Don't mind being this far back, because hopefully if a wreck happens we can see the smoke and all the cars in time that we can be able to stop and avoid it, and with nobody behind us I don't have to worry about getting slammed into if I check up. Speaking of the devil, there's some cars that have turned around. That's a few spots right there. No caution comes out for that one. Puts us up to 9th, so we are back inside the top 10. Looks like the 10's having some issues. He's a lap down.
The gap behind is now 0.7. You're inside.
That'll help us that way. Come across the line with 14 to go. Just got to try to keep the car in the right direction, keeping it off of every wall and cars, keeping it away from spinning out. So I'm driving a little more conservatively. Got to do that anyways because of the damage, but really just trying to make sure I go the right way around the track without hitting anything.
That was a 50.
4, can't tell if he got into the 17 or not, but that's another spot right there. We're going to let the 6 by because we got that spot from the 17, and I don't want any problems. The 6 is definitely faster than us. So with that, we will still be in 9th.
60.13.
Definitely by no means my best race recently. Driven a lot better races even on short tracks lately, and you know, caution-wise this has been pretty bad, but at least trying to keep it going forward, and you know, trying to keep ourselves in the spot to try to pick up a top 10. We've got quite a bit of a gap back to the 14 and 10, so don't think we should lose that unless anything bad happens. We've got 10 to go this time, so it's going to take a lot for them to catch us, even though we're way off the pace. So just going to try to watch out for the 6 and the 14, avoid any contact if that does, or 6 and the 4, excuse me. If that does happen, 6 is getting pretty aggressive, trying to look to the inside of the 4 to get by. To watch that, because if he does make contact with him, that's a spot we could pick up possibly. Get into the wall, got to make sure I avoid that, because that will give us that incident point and put us over, give us the black flag, and then we will definitely be out of a top 10. So that's 2 spots we could lose right there if that happened, and we would definitely have to serve a penalty. 6 is definitely trying to look to the inside of the 4, not sure if he's going to get there or not. We'll see how aggressive and respectful he is with the pass if he tries to attempt it. Got 7 to go this time by, so we're clicking off the laps, trying to get there to the end.
82 Fahrenheit. That lap time was 50.42.
4's to the outside, 6 is looking to the inside, 4's giving him quite a bit of room. There's some respect there. 4's probably aware that the 6 is faster, so no reason to fight for it. It's kind of the same thing that I did with the 6, honestly. There was no real reason to block for that position, especially when you've got no pressure behind. It's not like I'm anywhere near trying to get by the 4, and even if the 4 does fall in behind, I'm not going to get by him, so it's probably in the best interest of the 4 to lose one spot that way than run the risk of getting turned and losing more than that.
Come on, Jake. Push, push, push. We can get this guy.
CrewChief's being a little optimistic. They're telling me I can get to the car. We're just trying to get done. We got 4 laps to go. I'm just
You've just done a 50.
trying to finish this one out here in 9th. We hopefully should be able to hit the first goal, finishing on the lead lap. And at least close to a top half finish. Not quite there to a top half, but about as close as we were going to get. And given how the race started, I'm pretty happy with that. Got caution there. Looks like the 1 and the 3 are both involved. Not sure if they were racing for position or what happened there, but that should actually, I believe, end the race under caution. So we're going to stay out rather than taking repairs. 1 had to tow. Should put us into 7th. Looks like, yeah. So just by doing what I told you I wanted to do, of you know, keeping it going forward and trying to avoid any wrecks, we're somehow able to work our way all the way up to 7th. Not sure what the 3's doing. We're going to stay high to make sure we don't get in contact with him. Looks like he's pretty pissed. This will be the white flag, and we will be ending under caution. So not the way I wanted to show you guys an end for the finish, and definitely, you know, incident-wise, not the way I wanted to. 4X was definitely avoidable. Don't really know what else we could have done for the other 8X out of it. You know, I think the 12, I believe it was, got us where we couldn't avoid it, and I think on the beginning there wasn't, when we were all the way up the top. I don't really think there was too much we could do either. So let's take a look, see what we can do. Look at it really quick, give you my thoughts on everything outside of it, and see what we think we could have done differently, how to make it a little bit better. Front of the car is definitely pretty beat up. We know the whole toe and the alignment was knocked out, so let's take a look at the beginning and see what happened here. Run this in the far chase. We were excuse me, it'll be after this caution when we get going. Alright, so we'll back this up just a little bit, as this is the restart where it happens. So we're going to come to the line, don't get the best restart, but, you know, was just trying to stay out of the way. I'm trying to give the inside line as much as I can. I know the 3 is going to be coming and wanting to go. Trying to stay outside. 3 gets by us. 16 is going to look to throw it 3 wide. Had the 12 on the inside. I don't know. I mean, I'm turning down, but when I'm this high, I can't be expected to stay up there. And honestly, the 16 really didn't have the position. That was probably a bit too aggressive out of the 16's part. So I don't even know what we could have done differently there. But you know, we got turned into them, and then they kind of just keep driving straight, and that's what shoves us back into the wall. Just crush the front end. So not really sure what I could have done differently there. Let's look and see if we can find contact with the 12 when that happened. Here we go. Okay, so it comes in by the 9 getting pissed at the 12, dumps him, gets him in the left rear. You can see 12 losing it. He kind of gets back on the gas. We're already committed to the bottom, trying to continue to go lower, and we get drilled by him in the right rear. Honestly, don't really know what I could have done differently in that spot. So I personally feel like both of those were not anything we could do. That first one I was trying to stay as high as I could. The second one, you know, we just had that issue. Kind of just is what it is, I guess. Fortunate brakes, you know, that's 8x. Now we go to 8x. Don't avoid that. Now we're at 4x, which, you know, maybe that's avoidable. I think that was the one where we got into the 9 in the back, and turned him a little bit. Didn't mean to do that. So, you know, 2 spots were definitely avoidable. 2 spots probably not avoidable. Hard to say. So let's go take a look at the results, see how bad all that was. I'm willing to bet I'm probably going to lose 0.2 or 0.3 in the safety rating. At least we've got some room to give there. Hopefully we gained a little bit in iRating. Decent split, 28-13. So I think for super late model, not too bad. Even though overall nobody real strong 4K, highest guy, but lap times we were 2/10 off, but nobody really got to run very much because we had so many cautions and it was just start, stop, start, stop. So managed to gain 56 iRating, so it puts us 22-24. Lost quite a bit of safety rating, down 0.47, but when you get 16 instant points, it's going to happen. You look at some of these, though, sadly, of all the people that had instant points, it's actually not even that bad, considering there was 18 to 20, 24, another 16. If you were anywhere back in here, you were just toast. So pretty hard. Definitely not an easy race at all. Again, I feel like two of the spots were avoidable between hitting the 9 when we had that check up in the corner, and we got into them, and then the under caution one, those were definitely avoidable. But I feel like the two with the 16 getting us at the beginning, and then the 12 getting us there, don't really think there was too much I could have done differently. Feel free to leave your feedback down below. If nothing else, just love to hear from you guys. Let me know if you like that. Sorry for all the caution laps, but just wanted to get another short track and try to do what I can with it. So hopefully you guys enjoy that. Remember to like and subscribe. Stay tuned for more videos. Hopefully I can get some cleaner races in. Less than some points, get back on the track I was trying to do with that. Get that safety rating back up. And remember to stay tuned for more videos. Until the next one, hopefully all your laps are fast, your races are clean, and your finishes are good. Thanks for watching.